You see that girl going viral about the pain it is around being lusted over? I'm gonna just say this. Being lusted over and never properly loved will literally fry your brain cells.
Get a lot of, oh my God, Hannah, you're so pretty. You could have anyone that you want. Like, first of all, thank you so much. No, I can fuck whoever I want.
Have you guys seen the girl that's going viral while she's crying about being lusted over instead of being loved? And I have to say that is one of the most soul-crushing, dehumanizing experiences that you could ever have. Like,
being lusted over is such a horrible feeling because it's not about being seen, it's about being consumed.
If a man locks you down before he's even gotten to know you, it's not romantic, it's a big red flag.
I realize being liked and being lusted over is two different things.
Being lusted over as a fat person is a really complicated feeling.
I always used to hear about your frontal lobe developing, and everyone used to say it was around 25. And when I tell you mine developed at 25, that little came right on time.
You see that girl who got on here and was crying, saying that it's so exhausting being lusted after? Did you know I played the flute? It was so fucking real for that.
Yeah, I'm in my feelings because being lusted after is so freaking annoying.
First of all, when you're dating a man, they don't love you. Get that in your mind right now. Just let me help you. They don't love you.
Have you ever felt wanted but not loved, desired but never chosen? It's a feeling that many women know, and it hurts deeper than a rejection. Hi there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're most welcome, and for my returning viewers, thank you so much for always watching my videos. Today we have another very interesting video about women sharing the pain that they feel about being lusted over instead of being loved or chosen. Most of the women, or most of us, have experienced this at least at one time or several times in our lives. And therefore, we can relate with this video and what these women are saying. It really hurts, and it makes someone feel like you are nothing. It even makes you feel like you are a nobody. So we are going to watch some clips from TikTok, understand and relate to what these women are saying. Then we shall give our reactions. We shall give our thoughts in the comments. And therefore, without wasting much time, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's watch this. I'll catch up with you after these clips I've played.
See that girl going viral about the pain it is around being lusted over? I'm gonna just say this. Being lusted over and never properly loved will literally fry your brain cells. Like, what's literally giving people brain damage is getting that feeling of being lusted over and never loved, because it really translates to good enough to sleep with, but not good enough to be with.
Get a lot of, oh my God, Hannah, you're so pretty. You could have anyone that you want. Like, first of all, thank you so much. No, I can fuck whoever I want. Dating, on the other hand, you know how hard it is to find someone to date you when people only lust over you? People only lust over me. They don't love me. And God forbid I have bad judgment and I do the do with them. That's all they wanted anyways. Just toss me to the side, male or female. So.
have you guys seen the girl that's going viral while she's crying about being lusted over instead of being loved? And I have to say that is one of the most soul-crushing, dehumanizing experiences that you could ever have. Like, it is so hollowing, and it makes you like really jaded, and it makes you like standoffish and not want to like talk to anybody. Honestly, like, it is like, it's rough not being seen as human. Like an object, you're seen as an experience. You're either seen less than human or you're put on a pedestal. It's the most gut-wrenching, mind-numbing, and blowing at the same time, heartbreaking thing ever. Like, to not be seen as a human being and to just be seen as an object. Like, it is the worst, especially when you're like really soulful. Like, I'm super like soulful, and I'm like, I have like a big heart and big energy, and I love hard. So like, being lusted after is like not fun for me. Like, it is not impressive at all. Like, oh, you want to sleep with me? Okay, that, I mean, duh. Respectfully, duh. Respectfully, duh. You wanting me does not make you special. You deserving me does. And that is the issue. It's not a lack of people that want me. It's a lack of people that I feel like deserve me. That is what it truly is. So yeah, being lusted over instead of loved is like the most soul crushing experience ever. And it's very hollowing and hard a lot of the times.
Being lusted over is such a horrible feeling because it's not about being seen, it's about being consumed. You're not a person, you're a body, a fantasy, an image that they project their desires onto, not someone they care to understand. It's invasive, it's empty, it leaves you wondering, would they really even like me if they knew me? Like Mimi, the soft parts, the insecure parts, the real me. I don't want to be worshipped in someone's mind. I want to be respected in their presence. Held with intention and love throughout performance. Lust feels loud, but real love, it's patient and it listens. It sees past the surface. When you're lusted over, you feel exposed, not embraced. You feel stared at, not looked into. It's flattering for a moment, but it leaves you empty when it ends. Because love is not about what someone can do to you. It's about how they hold you emotionally, spiritually, mentally. I'm no longer settling for people that just want to touch me but have no desire to get to know me.
First of all, when you're dating a man, they don't love you. Get that in your mind right now. Just let me help you. They don't love you, right? They don't love you. They are in lust with you. If you use the lust to drag the money out the wallet, you win. Stop trying to fall in love. Just don't do it. None of them little broke men are going to be out there trying to get down on one knee. You see more women on their knees these days proposing than you do men. Stop. Okay? Just get their money. That's all you got to do. They love you. They're going to give you all their money. And they ain't going to let you stop taking their money. They love you. That's how you know they love you. When they won't allow you to stop taking their money. When they say, I want to give you a good life. I want to marry you. I want you to have my last name. I want to buy you a house. I want to buy you a car. I want you to stay home. I don't want you to work. Then they love you. Everything else is lust. Don't fall for it. Okay? If you fall for it, then you dumb. And that's your fault. You can't be mad at the man anymore because I just told you.
Being lusted over as a fat person is a really complicated feeling because a lot of us grow up being told that no one would ever want us, that we're ugly, that we are not desirable. And then you enter into adulthood and you realize it's actually not the case. There are people that do want to hook up with you, people are attracted to you. And with that, you end up having experiences with people and I think quickly come to realize that you actually are desired. You are very desirable to a lot of people. However, their desire, it is lustful. It's not like loving, you know what I mean? Like they're not going to view you as someone that they want to spend time with or get to know. You're used for your body, which is a crazy experience to have when you're told your body is the thing that will stop you from being desired by anyone. And I think having to unpack those complicated feelings and then now like not wanting to experience relationships that are sex forward and wanting to be treated well and like a human being and understood and loved and like having boundaries and having a basic amount of care that you think you deserve. It's just very complicated as a fat person. I don't really have a full thought on this, but let me know if you relate.
Yeah, I'm in my feelings because being lusted after is so freaking annoying. Like, and it frustrates me because, you know, like obviously the signs are clear when somebody is lusting after you, but it gets like frustrating after a while because it's like, dang, like, did you know that I wrote poetry? You know? Did you know I had twin sisters? Like, you get what I'm saying? Nobody really takes the time to go in depth with you because they only see you as an object. Something to get their rocks off and check off of their list. I'm not that. And so when people come into my life and I know that they have a lustful spirit on them, I try my best to stay away because I know that my soul won't get fulfilled there. And it's like, I pray that God one day will bless me with somebody that sees me like for who I am. Like, I'm a beautiful person. I'm a beautiful soul. I'm a child of God. And it's like, I deserve more than like what I'm being presented and what's out there. And it's like either you're gonna wait or you gonna move in desperation and end up feeling like this, you know? So yeah, I'm just a little frustrated this morning, being lusted after, but never actually like, you know, really liked or really considered or really thought of. Or I hope nobody found this account because I'm doing the most.
You see that girl who got on here and was crying, saying that it's so exhausting being lusted after? Did you know I played the flute? It was so fucking real for that. She was so real, because do you know how exhausting it is to just be lusted after? It doesn't move me. It does not move me. It doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel virtually nothing. I just go, When I scroll through my DM requests, or when I see people respond to me, or even people who've tried to pursue me and immediately just go on that, which seems to be what all it is and all it ever is, it is exhausting. It makes you feel like absolute shit. And then you end up feeling like, well, why is it such a burden to get to know who I am? Most women are very multifaceted. There are so many things that we have going on, loads of interests, loads of things that we'd love to talk about, but instead you're just trying to treat me like a piece of meat. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I think it's absolutely batshit insane that I've had people try and invite themselves to my house and they haven't even given me the courtesy just to even fake asking what's your favorite color. I think that's batshit mad. What do you mean you want to enter my place of residence? You don't know my comfort food. You don't even know what my favorite video game is. You don't know what TV shows I'm watching. It's insane. I actually think it's insane, and it just makes you feel like absolute crap, because you realize that loads of people don't actually care to get to know who you are. Being lusted after does not make me feel good. Being lusted after does not empower me. It does not make me feel beautiful. It does not make me feel special. None of that. And when you continuously get that, you just sit there and think, is this it? Is this all I am capable of getting?
It is not healthy for me to be desired and lusted after and like have that be the beginning of my relationship with someone. I'm realizing that now because I have a lot of trauma and issues roped up into how I look, into how people perceive me, into the fact that I feel like I'm lusted after and people don't really want to get to know me or like have me as a fixture in their life. And I think that has made me make the switch to one, like completely abstaining from hooking up, but also two, just like really pushing that to the side and wanting to meet people without any type of physical anything. Like, we don't need to figure out our chemistry. You don't need to be attracted to me. Like, I feel more valuable. I feel more valued and seen and loved when people appreciate me for who I am on the inside and they don't even really like comment on my appearance. I feel like there is some static there with me just in the past, in my experience, having people again just only treat me a certain way because they wanted to hook up with me or because they thought I looked a certain way, and so they assumed that I was a certain person. And then one day you wake up and you realize that those people don't even know who you really are, and they don't actually like you for you. They literally like the shell of the human that you are inhabiting, and everything falls away and it makes you feel like shit because you realize that they've quite literally created a version of you in their head that doesn't exist based off of how you look. And it's not giving.
I always used to hear about your frontal lobe developing, and everyone used to say it was around 25. And when I tell you mine developed at 25, that little came right on time. And the pain I felt when my eyes were opened, and the first thing I realized was that people don't love me, people lust over me. But do you know what? That realization, as painful as it was, changed everything for me. I stopped going to certain places. I stopped talking to certain people. I stopped presenting myself in a way that showed people parts of me that were actually private and for me, because I was like, wait, if these people don't love me, which is fine because I don't want to be loved by everybody anyways, and you can't be, that means that a lot of the things that they're doing and saying are just to get into my pants. And that realization opened my eyes up to a world outside of male attention, a world outside of using your sexuality to promote yourself as attractive. Like, opening up my eyes to that meant that I was able to actually enjoy my life with my friends, by myself. I was able to do new things, have new experiences. These people don't love you, and that's okay. That's actually okay. That's not a problem. The problem is confusing lust and love, because lust and love are two very different things. They're not the same thing. And when you start to notice the differences, you can even smell lust. Like, I feel like I'm being hunted. I feel like I'm in a spiritual realm. It's different now. It's not the same. That frontal lobe hit me like a ton of bricks. It hurt at first, but I'm so grateful for the realization.
If a man locks you down before he's even gotten to know you, it's not romantic, it's a big red flag. I know. It feels like a green flag when someone is immediately obsessed with you. Like, oh my God, I love you, I see forever with you. But babe, he doesn't even know your middle name. That's not love, that's lust, and lusty decisions come from emotional men, not grounded in intentional ones. A real man, a masculine man, is thinking, do our values align? Do we want the same kind of life? Can I build with this person? That's a man who's moving from logic, not fantasy. Because when a man chooses from lust, he will stay lustful. The same feelings he had for you, he will search for someone else when things become boring. Lust isn't love, it's relief and it's avoidance. It's, I don't want to deal with my own emptiness, so let me distract myself with her. And no, sis, you're not a magical woman who is going to fix that. He won't suddenly get it together for you. These are patterns, deep, sticky ones. If he's outsourcing his confidence by being with you, like, look how hot she is, I must be special. That's not power, that's ego dressed up as self-worth. And yes, women do this too. We chase status. We sleep with someone important and it makes us feel important. But if your worth comes from who wants you, you have a lot of healing to do. Because an empowered person, they don't choose based on image. They choose based on alignment. It's not always the shiniest choice, but it's the most real. If you find yourself always drawn to the fast, intense connection, ask yourself why. What in me is seeking that kind of chaos? Because your patterns pick your partners until you heal those wounds. You'll keep attracting people who trigger those. Start choosing peace over passion, discernment over dopamine, and that's how, my dear, you change your love life.
I realize being liked and being lust over is two different things. And I feel like that's why we're carefully choosing the wrong person every time. Because we don't know the difference between being liked and being lust over. Be careful of the people that's lusting over you. Thank you.
If you are able to finish all those clips, thank you so much for staying with me. First of all, I'm going to share with you the difference between lust and love. Lust is biological, while love is psychological. Lust is driven by sexual attraction and visual stimulation, and it is fast, it is impulsive, and also fades so fast. Then love involves emotional bonding, safety, consistency, investment, and so when a woman is constantly lusted over and not loved, her brain receives attention without attachment, which creates emotional confusion. Yeah, so these women are also saying that lust makes you feel like an object. We have heard women saying that sometimes after being with a man and then they feel like they were just lusted over and not chosen. They just wanted to use them and then discard them off or dispose them off. And when you go through that, you really feel like, yeah, I'm maybe useless. I'm just an object. You begin questioning yourself like, am I worth even? You begin thinking that maybe you will never have someone love you, like truly, and that feeling really hurts. When a woman goes through that, she starts measuring her self-worth by desirability. It also makes her feel anxiety over aging. You begin feeling invisible to men, especially when sexual attention fades. You begin disconnecting yourself from your emotional needs. However, this isn't insecurity. It's just conditioning because of what you have been through as a woman. Yeah, and then also, lust hurts more than a rejection. And this is the part where most people don't expect, of course. Being rejected can hurt, but being used hurts more. Because rejection just says that this is not me, but lust says that you are good enough for my pleasure, but not for my commitment. And this really creates shame, confusion, and self-doubt. And of course, over time, it makes a woman to begin questioning their own value. Lust can make you attached to someone, and then this attachment later gets damaged because after him using you or getting what he wants, he just disappears or he ends the relationship. And then you of course hurt. You're like, how could I? You know, for us women, once you get to the point of sleeping with someone, if you're not into the other business, of course you will have true love for a person, and then you attach yourself, and then you'll feel like, yeah, this person also loves me, I think. And yeah. So when this person, after sleeping with you, if they begin acting like so different, and when this happens repeatedly, it will affect your attachment style. So that is not a personal failure. It is an emotional conditioning. Lust also makes one to feel empty because lust gives validation without security. Need consistency, emotional safety, mutual care, and to be chosen and not just wanted. So without that, attention starts to feel hollow. And that is why so many women say that I would rather be alone than feel used again. However, that doesn't mean that you are unworthy of love. It just means that you have outgrown shallow attention. So I'm going to share with you some of the things that you can do to avoid being lusted over instead of being chosen or being loved. As a woman, you need to clarify what you really want. Yeah, because most women unknowingly, sometimes we send mixed signals, maybe just because we have not defined our relationship standards. Ask yourself, do I want a man who only desires my body, or one who admires my mind and heart? Then also set your boundaries early enough, because lust-driven men are drawn to availability and lack of boundaries. So examples can be, don't rush intimacy physically or emotionally. You can also politely decline attention that feels like superficial. Then also make it clear that you are looking for commitment and not just for fun, because boundaries act like filters. Also elevate your energy and presence, because men subconsciously sense self-worth and respect. Then also women who are confident, ambitious, or passionate about life tend to attract men who respect them fully, not just physically. Also focus on your growth, your hobbies, your friendships, your passions, because this makes you magnetic to the right kind of man. Communicate your intentions clearly. Say what you want early on, which really helps you to filter out those who are only looking for lust and signals the right men that you are looking for. Then also avoid exposing yourself physically online or socially. Then also observe who responds to you. Don't rush. Serious men are looking for depth and not speed. Don't rush dating or intimacy. Learn to cultivate emotional intelligence, because men seeking real love are drawn to women who can regulate emotions, communicate clearly, and understand themselves. So with that, you know that the hardest thing about this is not just being single. It is realizing that attention without intention can still leave you feeling empty, and that you can be wanted by many, but truly seen by none of them. So with that, I'll end this video here. And if this made you feel something, if it felt personal, that is because you're not alone. So many women are walking around carrying this silent frustration being desired and not valued, being seen but not chosen, being touched but not loved. And that kind of emotional disconnect changes the way you see yourself. Drop a comment if you have ever felt this way. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for staying with me, and let's catch up in the next video.